What's up, friends? Today we're checking out You and Me, Jennie dance video. We'll be looking at this song from the perspective of a producer and songwriter. So expect a couple pauses to go over specific elements of the song.
I love you and me, dancing in the moonlight. Nobody can see. It's just you and me tonight.
Interesting way to start the song with just the vocals and a snap, doing what I'm guessing is the chorus because it sounds like a chorus.
You know it.
Digging that like long instrumental section right after the vocals. It's like first we have 0 instruments and then we have only instruments. The lead instrument is doing something really cool. I really like the kind of clackiness to that synth, and then we just have chords going on top of that. Super simple but super effective. Feels very like EDM, very festival, very cool.
No, I gotcha. You know that I got you like that. Ain't nobody gonna have your back like the way I do. Love it, just say you do. You know you got me. Everything you do, everything you did, everything I wish I was with makes me feel alright. I'm just saying so. I really like it. Nothing in the world can make me feel the way you do the things you do.
I think it's interesting how different the synths are between the verse and the pre-chorus. During the verse, the synth is just there for like a second. It's very like staccato sounding. It's got a really hard attack. So that initial like first thing you hear is really loud and present, very percussive. And then the synth after functions more like a pad. So they're doing very similar things. They're both providing harmonic information, but they're doing it in really different and distinct ways. And then we start to get some other percussion behind that as well.
I really like it. Nothing in the world can make me feel the way you do the things you do. I love you and me, dancing in the moonlight. Nobody can see. It's just you and me tonight. I love you and me, dancing in the moonlight. Nobody can see. It's just you and me tonight.
Okay, there's a lot of things to talk about in that first chorus. So I really like the production landscape that they're putting her vocals in right here. So you've got a really cool bass line. You've got solid kick, snare type of thing going on in the percussion. And then you've got this high synth that just sounds incredible. I really like the kind of, almost sounds like it's like a scratching metal type sound. If it wasn't so well balanced, I don't think it would sound good. Like, I think that synth sounds terrible out of context, but in context, it sounds magnificent. It sounds so alien, so weird, and it fits with everything else going on. There's almost nothing in the mid-range besides Jennie's vocal. Like, you do not have anything really supplying like core harmonic information in terms of chords. And I think that's really cool. I really like how there's this big separation to leave lots of room in the middle for Jennie's voice.
Look at you, now look at me. Are you ever gonna find someone like this? Look at you, now look at me. Are you ever gonna find someone like this?
That second chorus is really interesting as well. Super nasally, and you've got a vocoder going on as well. It's either a vocoder or they've just doubled the vocal and then dropped it an octave using a couple octaves rather, using some sort of pitch transformer. It sounds really cool. It sounds really like alien and weird. And I feel like the nasal performance of the vocal adds to that kind of strange vibe we get from it.
You're the reason my heart skips, drops. Just a little touch, my world stops. Finally I know that you're mine.
It's interesting, this time during the verse, we do not have that kind of staccato, high attack synthesizer going on. We have pads going on throughout it with a steadier percussive beat. Very different energy from the second verse. It's a drop in energy from the chorus. The chorus has that kind of halftime feel. This is going on a normal time feel. But it still is keeping the vibe going, you know?
Yeah. Nothing in the world can make me feel the way you do the things you do. I really like it. Nothing in the world can make me feel the way you do the things you
Cool, like
do.
pulsing synth right there.
I love you and me, dancing in the moon.
That breaking glass is dope. Great way to bring in a hook.
It's just you and me tonight. I love you and me, dancing in the moonlight. Nobody can see. It's just you and me tonight. Look at you, now look at me.
Really good reversed hi-hats going on in that chorus as well. I like the use of that. Normally, I feel like that reverse hi-hat or reverse crash is used to bring in a section in like an EDM or a K-pop setting, but here it's used as just another instrument. I think it works really well.
Hey, are you ever gonna find someone like this? Look at you, now look at me. Are you ever gonna find someone like this? Ever gonna find someone like this?
I don't care about your first love, this should be your last one. Nothing like your last one. You look better on me, that's fashion. Won't block your shots, lights, camera, action. Never been a love me or a love me not thing. Every pedal better tell him better not change. I love you, I love me a lot. Wait, which one I love better off not saying.
This little bridge section is sick. I love how a lot of things drop away. We have this really interesting filter on the vocal that's taking off a little bit of the high end and then replacing that with a little bit of distortion to help saturate it. And then you've got just this really nasty sounding bass in the low end. Very dubstep-y vibes. Kind of reminds me of Bad Guy by Billie Eilish, the ending portion of it. And it works really well. I think it's cool, and I like how that snare type sound is coming in as like this steady beat on top of that in place of what would normally be these kind of off-kilter hi-hats. It's cool.
I love you and me.
Interesting. Fascinating way to end the song. I was not expecting it to end the way it did, but I do like how it ends, where we just have the vocal do part of the very beginning of the chorus again. Kind of leaves us hanging in a nice way. I like how the percussion, the way it picks up, takes us from that halftime feel that we get at the beginning of that bridge to a more consistent, like standard time feel. Great song. Really liked it. It's a solid Jennie song. I feel like Jennie has some of the coolest songs. This and Solo, as far as like the Jennie solo songs. Lisa, of course, has great songs. I mean, everyone has a great song. Like Rosé, Jisoo's Flower was awesome. So good to hear another Jennie song. It'd be interesting to see what happens with all of their contracts. We know Rosé signed, but that's the only thing we really know super well right now. Okay. Thanks so much for checking this out. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell friends about these videos I do. Make sure that they know, because that helps maintain and spread these types of videos. So if you like it, let people know. Also, I've got my own music, and I would love it if you'd check it out. That's right here. Thanks so much. Catch you on the flip.
From the bottom, now we're here. Number one with the bullet and no labels in the